What is going on, guys? So today, this is going to be the first video of our intermediate guides, and kind of wanting to kick it off with something that I personally have needing to been doing, and I've just kind of been, I guess, procrastinating it a little bit because it's not the funnest part, in my opinion. But so all of the beginner's guides, I kind of went over like why you should listen to me. As an intermediate player, I mean, some of the stuff you're probably already going to know. Some of the stuff you just may be, searching for this particular video just because you want some different takes on it or something like that. But AR44 at the time of this recording, and I am desperately needing to ascend some characters. So that's what today is going to be all about. So if you'll notice, I do actually have two characters at level 80. Well, I'm working on, getting the last bit of XP for Jean, so I don't have to waste books. But I've got two characters ascended to 80. I've got Barbara, who is ascended to 70, but I don't have any books put into her. I don't typically use jangling anymore. She is at 70. I've got Venti at 70. And then the rest of my characters are just kind of there. 50, 50, 50, 50, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. And then 40 and 40. Okay, I have ascended everybody at least to 40. That's good. I didn't even know that. Thing is if you'll notice, at AR 50, I'm going to be allowed to go up to level 90. So I kind of want to go ahead and start doing that because I know that the world level increase at 45 for me is going to be a little bit more difficult in terms of my farming. So I'm trying to get as many characters as I can up to like 80 before I hit AR 45, which I know is probably not going to happen, but the quicker I get there, the better. I really wanted to kind of just talk about like how to farm and ascend your characters efficiently. And it's recently been brought to my attention through my Discord, which shout outs to JM in the Discord, who has been talking about this this website that we're going to use for this. I guess most of this video is actually not going to be in game. I just kind of wanted to show like, where my characters were at and kind of give my characters as an example on what we're going to be doing. So the first website that we need to talk about, and most of you probably know this, or if you don't know this, then you should know about this, but of course there are a couple of different maps that you can use if you literally just Google Genshin Impact map. This is personally the one that I like to use just because they have pretty pictures. But we're actually going to be using this. I'm going to clear everything. The other website that we're going to be using is genshin.poporing.life. Now, the name is perfect. I love it. Basically, what you're going to be able to do, I highly recommend creating a free account because it's free. There's nothing, it doesn't cost you anything. If you do want premium features, they do have a premium feature section here, and you can do that. But that's completely up to you if you want to do that. But what we can actually do is, you can see I do have my main 4 characters that I typically roam through the world with, and mainly the characters that I use for everything. So these 4 characters, this team right here is the team that I am most comfortable playing with. So I have Fischl. It gives you some information about them, and then you have this Ascension. We're going to turn everything off as we talk about it, and then we'll go through and turn everything back on. It lets you add in your characters. You have your Ascension column, your talent column, your weapon column, and your artifact column. And then you can remove the characters. We'll remove Jean so that we can build her in a second. You can see this is kind of like the basic layout. Now, if you go through and add all your characters and you turn on Ascension, you'll notice if you scroll down, it shows you today is Friday, and for Fischl specifically, there is nothing that we can farm for today. If we turn on talent books, nothing. If we turn on compound bow, nothing. If we turn on artifacts, nothing. There's nothing gated behind Friday specifically for Fischl. Now let's go ahead and turn on Venti. Let's go ahead and turn on Barbara. Just to see, yeah, there we go. So as you can see on Friday, Barbara's weapon that I currently use is going to use this specific item, which is locked behind a domain of forgery. So it tells you, hey, Friday, you are gated for doing these. So you might want to take advantage of this on Fridays, because all this other stuff can be done every day. So you can literally go through and you can do all of these things every single day, which you should probably be checking on if you can do them. Definitely think that it's a good idea to put in your characters so that you can kind of see what you're working with. Now, whenever you want to add a party member, if you go in, we're just going to go down and we're going to add my Jean back in here. Going to add Jean, and you can see that it pulls her in, and the weapon that I use on her, which we're going to enable, and we're going to find the fillet blade, because I'm cheap, and the artifacts that we use. Now, I personally run a split set on Jean. I run the gladiator set, and then I run the Maiden's Beloved set so that I can get extra attack and then some extra healing. It will not let you do 2 sets as a free account. If I go through and add the gladiator set and then try to add the maiden set, you can see it removes the maiden set, or it removes one of the sets, unfortunately. But you can easily just, you know, I already run the maiden set on Barbara anyways, so I can just kind of see, you know, which ones, you know, need it. So as you can see here, every day I already have, since the maiden set's there, I already have it on there. And that's the same thing with my official. I technically run a split set of the Bloodstained Chivalries and the Gladiator pieces on official, so I can already see, all right, there's my Gladiator set, there's my Bloodstained Chivalry set, so I can kind of bounce between the two. That's just a slight workaround that I've done. I'm assuming you could, you know, just add a random character, just tell it you don't want to, you know, do anything and you just want to go for that, and it'll, yeah. Anyways, now that we have all this stuff in here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take the things that we need to farm and we're just going to plug them into the map. So if we look here, we need small lampgrass, dandelion seeds. Let's do that. So small lampgrass and dandelion seeds. And we need the mushrooms and Cecilia. So we'll do these mushrooms and the Cecilia. So now you can see on the map, everything is now marked. Now you could take this a step further and you could go in and do the arrowheads, the slimes, the damage mask, the divining scrolls and things like that. You can go through and you can choose these on the map if you want to. Personally, just for me, I would rather do the bosses and then just go to common enemies and then just go down to whatever, you know, it is I need, and then just navigate, because it's going to navigate you all around the map anyways. So you can kind of like do either one, whichever one you prefer. Like I said, I would personally just do, you know, through game, but hey, you know, whatever you got to do. Now, some of these things you'll notice kind of overlap. So if you'll look here, you can, it won't let me yet zoom in any further, unfortunately, but you've got all this Cecilia up here. This is the only place that Cecilia spawns, but there are some lampgrass and some dandelion seeds down here as well. Then you've got all these mushrooms that are spawning in here, and there's tons of mushrooms that spawn in Mondstadt as well, with some dandelions scattered through there. There's one dandelion patch right there. There's a bunch of Cecilia. So I went through this morning and I got all of my dandelion seeds. I didn't know that all of this lamp grass was right here, so I totally missed that. It's great. Should have made this video before I started farming this morning. But yeah, as you can see, you can kind of set yourself up to have some routes. Now, if you wanted to take this a step further, you could turn on the teleporters and the statues of the 7, and you can kind of pick and choose, like, okay, I can just teleport here, farm all of this, and then maybe you just want to run over here or teleport here, you know, just whichever way you want to do it. And you can kind of set up your own routes. And this, unfortunately, isn't like something that I can just tell you this is the best route for this team, because you may not be using that team. So typically, it's a pretty quick way, pretty easy way to set up your farming route. And honestly, this is, I'm going to be using this website a ton more now, because I've got several characters that I kind of want to start working on, like Diona. I really want to start working on her. I don't really know like what I'm going to run on her quite yet, but we will get into that later. But yeah, I just thought that was a really nice integration, that you can use this website plus the map, and you can just kind of go to town and figure out, you know, where you want to be farming, what you want to be farming, and how to efficiently do it, because that's ultimately what I want to be, is just as efficient as possible. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Hopefully this video helps someone out there. If it did, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video.